one thing I noticed across your notes for the songs is almost every song begins with like a specific moment, a phone call, a walk, a memory, a relationship. But by the end, it feels like it's become something much larger. At what point do you think if personal memory stops being a diary and entry and starts becoming art?
Well, first of all, lyrically, I know that there was a lot of, and I'm not even saying that I think you always think that you can do better and do more, and I don't think that ever ends as an artist. But I know that when I was writing this, a lot of like going through things and it was like, okay, that's how I feel, but it's like I feel like I'm just whining. Is there like, can I say that? Like, is there a perspective I'm missing? Like, I was kind of that like trying to get to the bottom of it thing. I feel
Mhm.
like in a lot of revising some of the stuff, it was like, can I be truer about that? What am I really trying to say? Like, okay, but like beyond that, like, what is really there? What is really there? So I feel like that's an element of it, but then sometimes it just sort of needs to stay what it is. Then I think a lot of the art comes from, again, sort of trying to make it that celebratory thing. And like with these soundscapes and lushness, it's like, okay, this is coming from that, but I'm trying to encapsulate like the full expression of what that feels like, okay, good example, Celsius. That song Celsius was initially like all on a guitar. Um, it was all written like as this guitar part, and we did a version of that that was like grunge rock trio band. And that song is about me. Um, I was like super into this dude who like wanted nothing to do with me, and I was holding on for dear life.
Sounds
And
like fun.
yeah, super fun. And I was like, so whatever. And then, so that's what I knew the song was. And I was like, okay, but like, what's there? And it's just like, it's yearning. And I felt so under the thumb of it and like yearning and like whatever. And I was like, okay, how do I take that feeling and not just like on a guitar, which could be great too. I'm not saying that that's bad, but I was like, I want to like take that bare bones thing and like put it in this really lush, beautiful bow of something that's so pretty and so whimsical and sounds kind of like a Disney movie at the beginning to like
Mhm.
make it feel what it feels like to like be so idealizing someone and so dreamy. And then at the chorus, when it goes back to like the gritty guitar with those like punchy, weird sampled drums. And I'm like, yeah, that's what it feels like when you are like projecting onto
Mhm.
someone and you want something to happen and then reality is like, wow, they're such a douchebag, oh my god, they hate me, and so I think it's like, okay, like taking these and it's like, how do you, what are like, I don't know, creative ways that you can try to sonically get like what the whole experience of that thing is without like, you're not going to make the perfect lyrics about it, right? And that's what's beautiful about music is like you're not sitting there writing an essay, you're choosing specific words to disclose and then like where you're going to say them. And then with music, even like what instruments are going to play the same line at what part to like
Mhm.
so I think that's where it becomes art is like how do you use all these things at your vessel to tell a story or
Mhm.
tell multiple stories? Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny that you said multiple stories because I was thinking, I was like, oh, you're like actually, because like a diary is like one-sided perspective. And even though you're not necessarily telling everyone else's perspective in the songs, you're at least trying to intentionally think about other people's perspectives.
Yeah, and I think I'm most interested in music. And again, I'm not saying that I even think I necessarily achieved this, but at least what I was setting out to do and what I noticed that I like in other people's music is when it is beyond one like horse blinders perspective. And you can
Yeah.
even hear like very emotional things, but you can tell that there's like a wider scope of thought going on and like a broader perspective, but still so much emotion there. Like that is what really knocks my socks off. And I think that that's also what takes it away from being just a diary of like masturbatory. Yeah.
Princess,
Yeah.
Disney princess.
Yeah.